Hey Cooper, thank you so much for interviewing and interning with Josh.
Thanks, Sophie. It's great to be here.
So, first question, why'd you join up with Josh?
Well, I knew Josh for many years. My family and his family have been good friends. And so Josh reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to intern for his campaign. So I researched him at joshlafazan.com. I looked at his issues and I saw that he stood for good issues, that he wanted to make many solutions in Nassau County that didn't exist before. And I thought that he was a good person. So not only am I supporting a good candidate, but I'm also learning local political campaigning and canvassing.
What do you think is the most important issue in this campaign?
I think most people will say that corruption's the biggest issue in this campaign, but in reality, I think the heroin epidemic is the biggest issue, as Nassau County is one of the worst counties in terms of the heroin epidemic in the whole of the United States.
What inspired you to pursue politics?
Again, I think it's people like Josh because they understand the meaning of public service. Public service means to have a positive impact on your constituents, on the people that you represent. Yet, again, currently we lost that meaning with many people not understanding that politics is about making a positive difference, not about getting the most power, not being in an authoritative position. And so I want to be like Josh. I want to make a positive difference on people, and I think that I can do that through politics.
If you were a county legislator, like Josh will be, what is one word you would want the public to describe your candidacy as?
I think that there's a lack of trust between voters and their representatives. I mean, with the national campaign or even on the local campaign, there's so many acts of corruption and lying. And I think that Josh is an example of someone who's accountable. So I will choose the word accountable as how to like my candidacy to be described, because with accountability, you have trust between voters and representatives, and that's what it means to be a politician relative to voters.
What do you live for?
I mean, day to day, I live for a good slice from Little Vincent's with some cold mozzarella. But I think in my life, I live to achieve my purpose, which is to help the most amount of people by the most amount.
What food best describes your personality?
I think I chose 7-layer dip because I don't think there's any one word that I could use to describe me. I think I'm a complicated mess of a bunch of different things, and I think that's how I'd like to be.
When was the last time you felt like a hero?
I think 2 or 3 years ago, my family and I helped direct some funds towards Israeli soldiers, helping them to get food, clothing, and giving them opportunities that they didn't have before. It made me feel good. It probably made them feel good. And I was helping people, which, as I said before, is a definition of public service. So I think that when you make a positive impact on people, you do have the right to feel like a hero.
That's awesome. Thank you so much, Cooper.
Thanks for having me.